Only few people know that NASA does almost as much work and research on the Earth as they do in space. This platform will help you gain a better understanding of what happens when CO2 leaves the Earth and disappears into the atmosphere. Welcome to Optic Co2. Let's begin. CO2, also known as carbon dioxide, is a natural part of the orbit of Earth in our atmosphere. CO2 is measured in what is called ppm. ppm stands for parts per million. When speaking of CO2, ppm is used to measure the amount of CO2 molecules in the atmosphere out of 1 million air molecules. When you look at the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere, we have gone from 310 ppm to a whopping 410 ppm in just 55 years. Based on data from 30 neutral measurement stations located in different climates around the globe, it clearly shows how the amount of CO2 has increased rapidly all over the world in recent years. But where on Earth will you find the highest concentration of CO2 in the atmosphere? Does the climate have any effect on this? CO2 emission is slightly different in the 4 general climate zones of the Earth. As shown, the polar climate zone emits the most CO2 throughout most of the measured years. This is, among many other factors, caused by the fact that Arctic permafrost soils are estimated to store twice as much carbon as is currently present in the atmosphere. Warming the Arctic is, in other words, causing an increased emissions of CO2 in the polar climate zone. Research on the Earth has for many years helped us understand how our ecosystem works and led to numerous improvements to human life. For more information on how CO2 affects the Earth, visit opticco2.com for more information.